Hey everybody, you're watching Kagarino, back with another episode in Western Australia. We're over at the grain mill right now, it's probably really loud, but we're going to load up these flour pallets with the new JBC onto the trailer, the 20-foot gooseneck trailer there that we purchased. So we're going to be doing this, and then we'll be getting over to the farm to get the seeder, get out on the field and plant a crop in that large field we finished working on the last episode. I'm going to do it inside the cab. It's easier to see the fork. Let's get this job done. Alright, that was a bit more tricky than I expected. We got so much flour made up. We'll get the truck over to the farm there, and then we'll have to come back for the JBC later on in the day to unload these into the storage. Everything's folded up, strapped in, we're ready to rock. I think we're just going to go nice and slow along the edge of the field here. My property, I can do that. My only concern is at the end, we have the fence there. We'll come to that. 17,000 liters of wheat. Our first production's on the farm. Pretty cool. I think we'll just squeeze past the fence here into our other field as it's not planted. I don't want to damage the crop we already have planted. So we'll park them like this for now, so they're in the shade. We'll move them out when we're ready with the telehandler. Let's get over to the track. Hey, hopping in the JBC tractor now. Gotta say that different now that we have the telehandler. We'll close this up. Bring her on over. So I know in a previous episode I said we'd be trying to plant soybeans in this field. Soybeans aren't available till October, and that's a long time from now. But we can plant canola right now and have it ready for January next year. It would be good to plant barley again, as it would be ready in December. That could be a possibility. It's pretty hard with this pattern for planting. Maybe we'll do oilseed radish to get us through till October when we can plant soybeans. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. I'll do part of this field and then the other half with canola. So I'm going to go ahead and do a headland of the oilseed radish portion of the field. The rest will be canola. I jumped back in the telehandler, gonna get it back to the farm, park it next to the truck with all the flour on it, ready to unload later on. Lots of visibility in this thing, it's really awesome. So once we got things planted, it's pretty much collecting the flour we're producing, storing it, waiting to sell. We'll load it up on that Great Dane trailer on the transport when it's ready to sell and do a huge bulk load. It's gonna be nice with that trailer. Not expected to do double stacks throughout the whole trailer. There's actually be a nice space to fit things. We'll just turn in here. So yeah, I did that little headland there with the oilseed radish and finish up planting that field. Well, welcome to the farmyard, JBC. Park inside the pickup here and ready to unload that later. Alright, buddy. So I was just quickly checking. This is actually for a garage to do maintenance on vehicles. Should have realized with the wrench, but I didn't know. Gonna head over, get back in the tractor, and finish planting that section of the field up. Back in the pickup truck, gonna pull this trailer with all the pallets of flour over this direction a little bit so we can get access with telehandler. Start stacking those inside the shed here so we can have more ready to go on the big trailer we purchased for the transport truck. There we go. That's all parked where I kind of want it, I think. We're gonna do stacks of 3 starting on this bay here. Hopefully we only fill up the 1 bay, I think, before we're ready to sell. I'm just grabbing the last pallet now, then we're going to load up the JBC on the trailer and get it back over to the grain mill. I tried my best to get a stack there. 2 thick, 3 high there. We're missing 1, but that's not too bad. Got her all loaded up. Let's drive her over to the grain mill. What do you guys think of the farm so far? What type of building should we add? I do like the standard farm here, but it doesn't really help you do anything with product. Mostly just growing, harvesting, and storing in the grain silo there. But maybe there's some more we can do with it. Let me know in the comments if you have suggestions or ideas. I do know I would like to buy the oil refinery. We can make our own. Yeah, I do know I definitely want to buy the oil refinery. And then we can even grow some corn. I don't know if corn's grown in Australia really that often. I'm sure it is. So we could do that. Looks like we already have 4 pallets waiting for us, but we can fit 5 in this trigger, so don't worry about it yet. Let's get this moved over to designated parking zone inside the building here. Perfect, right on. That was pretty good, and I'll only get quicker at it. Now from last time loading, I'm gonna turn it around. I'll park it more on an angle like this. That should work when loading up those onto the trailer. Once again on the cedar here, we're gonna leave a margin on this field. I would like to split this field up because it's so big. Just gonna change the prop type to canola. There we go. Got it turned on and we're ready to rumble. You may be wondering why I left that strip and way down there, this section of the field. I'm going to actually build a road. Let's do that. We'll get into the paint mode. Not sure what ground type we'll use. Not animal mud. We'll just go with dirt. I just laid down the basic road. I don't have free terrain, so we're spending our own cash here. Yeah, I want a road that comes out here and goes to the other end of the field so we don't have to drive through it all the time. I'll come back and clean it up eventually, but that should be that. I'm going to get busy and finish up this section of the field. There's not too much more to go. Getting late in the evening, so let's get this done. Well, there's daylight here. We're going to check on the chickens, make sure they have enough food, as well as the greenhouse here, if it has enough water. Hey chickens, how's it going? We'll make sure you're nice and topped up for when we sleep. We want you to be starving. Well, Alan was excited to get some food, so we'll just dump this trailer. Not too much that they needed, but just a little. Goes a long way to make sure they're healthy. Let's go over to the greenhouse and get that topped up with water. Running over the wife's decorative rock there. We'll go get another load of water as that took all of that quite quickly. Get that filled up in our little backyard pond that was nicely provided for us. Yeah, it needs to be a better road. We'll have to work on that. See how much more water this takes. Oh, not too much more. So perfect. We'll put this back. They should be set for when we rest. Be no problems there. Shut that door and I'll get back to the other tractor and finish this planting before it gets too much darker out. I turned all the working lights on so we have nice view of everything. It was a very beautiful sunset. You can see the moon here. I'll continue and get this part of the field hammered out. Alright, job done. I know there's a tiny bit of areas I didn't get completely, but I'm just going to leave it. The little bit that we lose is not devastating to the farm. So we'll get this thing parked up, and I think we'll call it a wrap for today on the farm. We'll have prop sensor laid about in the middle of nowhere. I'll get this parked up. Now I should, in the next episode there, wash up the equipment with the power washer. We'll definitely do that. Time to go for a rest. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, have fun, and stay safe.